Hi girls, welcome to video 4. This is day 4 or video 4 of our 7-day ramp up for the lip squats for Show Me Squad and for Kristen's lip squad. You have just watched, or the day before, just watched Kristen's video, which is launching and doing your home demo. So now we're going to talk about placing your order and how to run your business in a way that makes money from our perspective. First thing we're going to talk about, we are going to just assume for this demo and for this video that you have done a launch party and you have exactly a $600 retail value order. That $600 retail value order is 300 PV. We harp a lot on the 300 PV. It is kind of a magic number. It qualifies you as a distributor. It also is going to get you in your first 90 days your 50% off. So when we harp on that for our girls that have just joined, this is why. You can very often have an order that is not quite 300 PV and you're going to pay more for that order and get less product because you're getting 40% off as opposed to the 50% off. So it's very, very important that in your first 90 days, every single time that you check out, that you make sure that you are at that 300 PV mark to really maximize your profits. So we are going to assume that you have a perfect $600 retail value order that you are, is a 300 PV order that you are paying $300 for. So every single time that you check out, like I said, you want to make sure that you are at that 300 PV order to get that 50% off. Within a calendar month, once you hit that 750, so say that you have placed, your first order was 350 PV, and then your second order was 400 PV, and that's within the same calendar month, then you would, from the rest of that calendar month, once you hit a cumulative 750 PV for that month, then for the rest of the month, no matter how large or small your order is, that the next order is, if you're going to get 50% off for the rest of the month. So that's something to keep into mind. That may sound like a lot. So you're like, the 750 order, there's no way I'm going to hit that. And I thought the exact same thing. Since January, I have never ordered below 750 PV, and we'll talk about that in one of the very last videos on incentives and trips and cars and so forth. That really does come in really handy, and I have never ordered below that. So I thought it was really unattainable until I got started, so never count that out. So when you're ordering, you go to order, you're going to go in your back office, and there is a tab that says order, and then you're going to scroll down and it says product, and you want to click on that, and that's going to pull up your order screen. It's very simple. You're literally checking 1, 2, 10, 20 of however many of each item that you're ordering. Then when you go to checkout, you do want to make sure, and it'll give you a running total of your PV, and you want to make sure that that is at 300 for that order. Every order, unless you're over the 750 PV mark, every order in your first 90 days needs to be at the 300 PV mark. So when you go to cart that, something that's really beneficial, and I will I'll just say this a couple times within the order. When you go place that order, if you have no stock on hand, you've just done your launch party either home or on Facebook, something really beneficial to think about is paying for that 2-day shipping. Also to think about is to place that order in the morning of Monday through Thursday, even Friday if it's early enough, because those orders do not process on weekends, and it can take up to 72 hours. It's usually quicker than that, but they do disclaim that those can take up to 72 hours to process, and then the shipping time. Within that, you really want to get that into your customers' hands as quick as possible. They're very excited. We're in a very immediate gratification culture right now with social media and Amazon Prime and all those things that people like to have those in their hands. So do keep that in mind, that that's something that can really boost your business by getting that product in their hands, someone that may be thinking about signing up or placing another order. So on that order, when you're placing it, you're going to notice that you are charged sales tax. This is actually a favor that Synergence does us, that they go ahead and charge us sales tax based on our zip code. And for our state, that they charge us sales tax on the full retail value order of our product. So you may say, hey, I'm ordering it 50% off. I'm only paying $12.50 for that color of Bella. that math doesn't add up. You're being charged sales tax just like you would if you were, say, a boutique owner and you were charging sales tax to your customer at the point of purchase. So the nice thing is that Synergence is taking care of that for us. They are charging a sales tax that is based on your zip code. I'm in Joplin, Missouri. My tax is at 7.98. Do make sure before you do your launch party that you get in the back office, maybe cart some things, go to checkout and see what tax you're being charged so that you know that you can charge that forward to your customer. I've had this question asked before, why are we charging sales tax twice? You're not charging sales tax twice. You are actually just paying your sales tax at the point of purchase, and then you're charging that forward to your customers in the same way to reimburse you because you've already paid that sales tax. So Synergence is taking care of that for you. So then you're charged shipping and handling. For me personally, with my business, the cleanest, easiest way for me and my customers is that I cover shipping and handling to me. If someone orders from my Senna site, which is a whole other topic that we can cover later, or you can ask us questions about, I do charge shipping and handling at $4 on my Senna site. For any customers ordering directly through me, when I order, and I do order around the 1st and the 15th of every month, it is a very good way for me to front load. I have product for the month, and then the 15th seems to be halfway through the month when customers need another color or need something again. That seems to work the best, and my customers kind of know that that's coming. But I do not charge any shipping for my local customers when it's coming directly to me. I do have customers out of state. I now charge $4 shipping out. I have had to increase that because I include a beauty book with every order, and that covers my cost of my mailers and my time to run to the post office. So do keep that in mind that you are going to pay for bubble mailers. There we do have albums on Kristen and I's page, which is Kristen's Lip Squad and Lindsay's Show Me Squad, and you can find links on where to order those bubble mailers pretty inexpensively in whatever color you like. I like it pink, and my customers get excited because they know that pink package is coming. So you can order those pretty inexpensively from Amazon. You can also order those from overseas, but do keep in mind that that may take up to three weeks or more to come in. So now that we know how to cart our order, we're knowing how to charge our customers, we do need to talk about how to make that money. So you have a perfect, exactly 300 PV order, which is an exact 300 retail value order. You have collected that, and for your order, you have $600. The great thing is that you're going to be placing that order and only getting charged at 50%. So you are being charged $300 for a $600 retail value order. So you have profited $300. Once you subtract your shipping and handling, say you paid for 2-day shipping, you have profited approximately $275. Woohoo! Awesome. Many launch parties are larger than that, so I'm just using this $600 retail value order as an example because it's clean. So one example is you can take that $300 PV order, which is $600 in retail value. You're only paying $300 for it when you place your order, less your shipping and handling, $275 in your pocket. That's totally possible. Again, this is your business to run. We like to mentor you and coach you and help you get started, but again, it's you run it the way that you would like to. I will tell you for my personal experience, what I have done in the last 10 months that I have been a distributor. I started in January 8th exactly of 2016, and it is now November, just into November of 2016. I have reinvested all my profits into stock so far, almost all. So with that $600 retail value order, your customers have paid you $600. You're only paying $300 for that, less your shipping and handling. What you can do, and what I did very often, was to put $275 more into my cart of either product and colors that I wanted, was some of the top selling colors, and we do have those listed on our page. You can use the search tab to search within any of the upline pages for the top colors of 2016 to have as testers and to have stock on hand. Depending on how big your order was, you may be placing an extra set of orders for $500 in retail value or $1,000. So do get with your upline. which might be me, but do get with your upline to discuss how to reinvest that order if that is what you're choosing to do. So if you were to reinvest that $300 into stock, you're paying $300 for a second set of $600 in retail value. So you have doubled your profit and you're actually making $600 less the shipping and handling. So that's something to think about. I will tell you that having stock on hand and a few testers, but just as much as having stock on hand really comes in handy when you get that order in to say, hey, I've got this order in, now I have these new colors, and now I have Roseberry, Bella, Bombshell, Fly Girl, and Nutmeg all in stock. I can get them to you, I can get them in the mail today, or you can come by, use my testers that I have of those same colors, and buy a color from me. So do know that having stock on hand, stock will sell every single time. I've never had a distributor tell me otherwise. So do keep that in mind. So the second way, then again, that's an instant gratification. And then if you're running a vendor event, which we can discuss in a later video, we'll probably make a later video on that here on this page, but there also is a video that I've made on our team page about vendor events. You have to have stock for those, and we can talk about that. But if you're looking at vendor events, you do need to have stock on hand. The next way that you make your money is with sponsoring. We do know that we're all here because we've built a team, and you felt and trusted us enough to join our team, and we're so happy to have you and to help you grow your business. You are also going to be looking at sponsoring. The ways in which you make your money with sponsoring. The first way is commission. The second way is GSV, or group sales volume. We may also, you're often going to hear us refer to it as GSV, which is group sales volume bonus. But the first way is commission. Off of every single person that you sponsor personally on your first line, it does not matter if you have one person, 2, 10, 50, a million. You can sponsor on your first, second, third, fourth, and fifth as wide as you want. Off of your first line, which is your personal sponsor that you have signed up directly underneath you are always making that commission. Your commission is on your first line, and well, on every line, your commission is based off of their 0 to 100 PV. On your first line, you're making 10% of that. What that means is essentially, say I have a person on my first line that placed a minimum of a 100 PV order, I'm making $10 because I'm making 10% of that. On my second line, I had a person order, place a minimum of a 100 PV order. So I'm making $20 off of that first 100 PV because I'm making 20%. On my third line, because a person, maybe one, maybe 20, I've had 27, 28 order last month on my third line, I make $30 per distributor that placed at least 100 PV order because I'm making 30% of their from their 0 to 100 PV, and then 5% on your fourth and your fifth. Now, you'd be doing the math saying, that's not really going to add up to be a ton of money. It can be actually a nice little bonus, but where you make your great money, the really big money, is your group sales volume bonus. So again, you are always making your group sales volume bonus on your first line because you have personally sponsored them. If you have 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, you're always making your group sales volume bonus on them because you personally sponsored them. For your group sales volume bonus on your first line, again, you're making 10% of that, which is going to be from their 101 PV and up. So say they placed 1,000 PV order, I made $10 because they placed at least 100 PV order, and then I'm going to be making an additional 10% off of their 101 to 1,000 PV, so I'm making another $90 on that. So as you can see, that's going to kind of add up. Then for the group sales volume bonus for your lines 2, 3, 4, and 5. On your second line, it is 6%. On your third line, it is 4%. Fourth line, 3%. Fifth line, 2%. And yes, I'm reading my notes because I have to refer back to those not to mess that up. These are laid out very specifically in your back office, and also in your new distributor's manual. They're laid out in the albums that we tag you in. So do refer to those if you have any questions. I'm a very visual person, so seeing those in writing will really help you a lot. The magic number with those is 5. You always want for your ranks and for your group sales volume, you want 5 people on a line. 5 people on your first line opens up group sales volume when you have 5 people on your second, and so forth. So 5 people on a line is the magic number. Now, what you're gonna ask me is, okay, I have people joining. Should I be putting other people below my teammates to open up group sales volume? I'm gonna tell you from experience and being in this for 10 months now and really seeing that the way that the company works, it is made to benefit the distributor. They are not trying to trick you. There's no loophole in any way. You want to build your first line because that's going to benefit you in the long term of your business. We're all in here to build our businesses for the long term. Build that first line, love on your first line, mentor them, coach them, really spend your time and your effort on your first line. Those are your right-hand girls. They're going to help you run your business. They are also then in turn going to love on their first line and mentor and coach their first line in the same way. And that's really how the business is set up, is so we mentor and coach each other, and each line does so in the way that is duplicatable. So that's how you're going to build your business. So just remember, build that first line wide. I do know, I do not come from a direct sales background, but I do know now from hearing from other distributors that there can be caps, and there can also be a limit on how many distributors that you can go wide on your first line. I literally could have 10 million girls sponsored on my first line, and there is no limit. There is no income cap. So you can really, again, like I said, you can really dig deep. And if you have really specific questions on that, please message me, but get into your back office, get into your distributor's manual, and look at those specifics first. I think that is all we have today. I'm trying to cut these off right at 15 minutes. Those are the ways that you can make money, again, is with your orders and placing those, reinvesting your profit so that you can actually double your profit on an order. And then with sponsoring, we'll get in a little bit deeper to earning trips, cars, incentives, Cinebucks, and Cinecash on one of our final orders. The next video that you have up is going to be from, I think, Kristen Ray or myself, and that's going to be recognition ranks and digging deeper into sponsoring. So I hope that you guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.